Am I live yet? Am I live yet? Am I live yet? Am I live yet? I'm live. Fantastic. Oh, I got a boom mic. Look at that. It's like, look at this. Ooh, neat, right? I'm getting new gadgets. New gadgets all the time. I don't know if anybody else is watching this live, but I've been doing this yesterday at 6, getting some consistencies, today at 6, and tomorrow, the big day, the final, as we approach Christmas Eve. I just about said New Year's Eve. And only 2 left. That's awesome. So I'm going to bring up, my name's Steve Jaguar. It's down there, right here, whoop, there. And this is Beer Native, the 23rd day of the Honest Brew Ultimate Advent Calendar. And it's been a wild ride. I think I've said that every time. And it's crazy. Some of the beers I've had, I haven't had a repeat brewery. So it's almost like 24 breweries in 24 days, which has been pretty cool. I've really been educated really about a lot in, I think, Spain, a few in the UK that I knew, but I hadn't had yet. One in Italy, I think one in Poland that I didn't know as well. And we had one from Estonia recently, which was Plast, which is very good. And I will bring up so you can get a good view. I recommend this. I guess I at the end I should just review the whole thing and say I think this was a worthwhile choice. I suppose I did a bunch of research before it all happened, and I'm pretty pleased to say that this thing right here was this beast. Not only was it beautifully presented, but so far, I think there's been 2 I haven't liked, but that's really, is that my fault? Probably, right? Just because I don't like all forms of beer. But this has been great. This has been an amazing start, and start, finish, whatever. So I think what's going to happen is I'm hesitant I kind of want to get it again, but I want to try something different next year, and the world will be a different place by next year, right? So let's not assume it's all the same and that I'm going to want the same one. I'm sure there'll be more people with more options, and craft beer is getting bigger all the time. So I'm sure there'll be a new brewery that has a new amazing... Actually, what's been really cool about lockdown is that a lot of the bottle and can shops have created pretty great online ordering systems. And so they're delivering more beer than they're actually selling live in the shop. So as a result, I would wonder if next year that will just carry forward and they will suddenly start to offer things like online only shops like Honest Brew here will actually have to start competing with, because they'll have the infrastructure in place to make things like this happen. So we might see some really amazing advent calendars next year. I kind of hope so. That would be really quite cool. All right. I lost track of where I put my StreamYard control system so I can bring it back. All right. Got to do what I normally do, and that is bring in camera 2 so we can go there and see what we're going to get for day 23. Where is the camera's action? There it is. Camera 2, as always, is my phone, so I can take it outside with me. And I will get a little bit quiet because the first time I did this, if you watch episode 1, you'll see the feedback that got created. See what I mean? Okay, let's be quiet and go outside. Come with me. Brewers of Leith. Brewers of Leith. Oh, hey, Mercy Beers. What? No notification. Did you not get notified that I went live? How odd. Well, I did put it online. I actually created I create these at inconsistent times. And because I'm never on the receiving end, I don't know whether that makes a difference as to whether notifications come when I kind of reserve the slot on YouTube, or whether they come when it goes live. I don't really know that, so it'd be kind of good. So you're asking why I don't mute the camera. By the way, you know what's weird is when I'm looking at StreamYard on my phone, my volume won't go down to 0. It goes down to almost. It just does. Every other app, it lets me do it. So even if a tiny bit of sound of me talking here comes out of this, so maybe yeah, it's I don't know why that is. I'm gonna come up next time I do these live things with 2 cameras. I'll come up with a better solution. So this is New Barns. This is another new brewery, not one we've had yet, which is pretty darn awesome. And now I have feedback already in the chat. Very new brewery. Brewery on contract at the Colonel. Okay. Before moving to their own brewery back home in Leith. I got a little bit of history out of the box. Didn't know that. I'm going to look them up. New Barns. See if we can get any additional information on the information interweb. Or if they do, have they made a dent? Certainly not. My autocomplete said Edinburgh. Surely not. Or maybe. Where's Leith? Is it near Edinburgh? Yeah. Doesn't make sense, does it? Look at that. Oh, let's share up again. All right. That's too small. You don't care about that. You want to see this. Look at that. Some beers. There's the oat lager beer just there at 4.8%. Nice to get something a little bit more normal. You know, it's not some pineapple marshmallow oat IPA. It's straight up. Can I click it and get more information? No, I just have to. Tough, Steve. Too bad. Let's just go to the main shop and take a look at them. Maybe get some history. No, I say I'm over 18, and what happens? I go directly to the shop. Oh well. Okay, not no way to escape that. But and look at that, old school font. You can tell they're new. I would say, but still pretty cool, right? Nice to get something like really fresh, really new. And I'm not sure if I like the wraparound. Pretty good. All right, well, let's do this. Oop. All right. No additional information. Wow, super pale. Evening, Steve. There we go. Super pale malt. Nice fuzzy head. This looks like it's a absolute refresher. For those just joining, if you didn't know, we have New Barns from Leith. Oat lager. It doesn't look very oaty, but it might taste oaty. We shall see. Any additional information on the can other than telling me where they live? Well, I could have just read that. White on yellow is not the easiest thing to read. Yeah. Where it was canned, and that is all. This is as simple as it gets. This is probably the simplest beer we've had so far. An oat lager at 4.8%. I don't have a lot of lagers, but when I get a good lager, I'm really quite pleased with it because there's a lot of bad lagers out there. I think you probably know that. But yeah, oat lager. Okay, let's have a go. I think this is also the first lager. I don't know if I said that already. I think I even called it a couple days ago that I hadn't had a lager yet. I was on day 21 or something. Nice. I don't know that I'm getting an abundance of oatiness. It's a nice lager. A little on the yeasty side, but I kind of like that. It's got a nice bitter though. I don't have any information on on hops or anything like that, but it's almost like a heavily hopped lager. We have a... Oh, it says you're here, Wally, from Meta Nerds. Well done. Quick reintroduction. For those just joining, New Barns Oat Lager from Leith. Was it just north of Edinburgh? Which is, for the Canadians, you probably say Edinburgh or something like that. For the Scots, I don't even get to try and do a Scottish accent. It'll be a complete travesty. Edinburgh. How's that? That's probably, I just did Glaswegian, didn't I? So forget that. Let's bring it back up. Before I destroy more accents. It's all right, actually. For a super pale, I would say this is a first-rate, total after-work, pounded back destruction beer. Like, this would be amazing after work on a warmer day. Right now, it is in fact after work for me. And the weather outside, I guess to quote a cliche, is properly frightful. It's a real piece of shit outside. And this is still good. You don't need the sunny day to make this all right. All right. Well, not much special about it. So I'm gonna dive in. Yeah, good comment. So America is somewhat fraught with really bad lagers. At least some of the continental ones that you get. And if I were to, there are a limitless number that you get in the UK. Beers that would be considered somewhat exotic in North America, like your Stellas and your Kronenbergs and your whatever. This is a much better version of what they're trying to achieve. Far less mass-produced and no rice, right? Probably, with the exception of oats. Pretty solid adherence to brewery, I don't know, good brewing, let's say. So, yeah, really, really nice. All right, let's get back to it. Art. I didn't give you a close look because it didn't feel like it deserved it, but I don't want to sell it short, so... There we go. New Barns. Kind of nice, simple. Brewers of Leith. Oat lager. It doesn't get much simpler than that, does it? I always see simple art on cans. It reminds me of Repo Man, the movie Repo Man, where beer just said beer on it. Everything was unbranded to an extreme. So that's a little bit like what this is. It's oat lager. No messing around. To an extent, I like it. They did what they could with the branding, and that's certainly unique. The color's a little weird, but it does make me think at a glance I'm probably a lager in that can. So that's kind of nice. So for a new brewery, I'll give them benefit of the doubt and give them a 4 on art and packaging. 3 on packaging, so 7 to start, which is pretty nice. Accuracy, I don't know. It's tough to say it's unique, not even close. It's an oat lager. Okay, great. Have they done it very well? Yeah, 4. So just 6, so bump them up to a 13 out of 20 so far. And do I like it? Am I blown away by it? Not really. It's a nice solid 7. So we're just going to go straight up to 20 out of 30, and it's nice. It's like a 3.33. If I could do that on Untapped, maybe I'll push them up to a 3.5, but it's pretty nice, you know? I think also I might be, I don't know if I'm feeling generous or how I'm feeling, but I kind of really wanted a lager. I was trying to wishing it into existence in the last 2 because they're just, you can do a lot more. I think good lager is just a little bit unappreciated in the world of craft ales and stouts and porters and Berliner Weisses and sours, like all these different things we're trying to make them the wackier, the better. Every now and then, though, just to get a really high-end lager is like, that's nice, right? So we'll see. In the chat, hold on. This has got to go up. There's no such thing as a good Stella. Yeah, that's funny because I'd say just about any beer that if you get it at source can be really good, right? So that is roughly true. And I think the same is, I don't know, the further you get from like Bremen, Beck's can be terrible, but in Bremen, Beck's is actually not too bad. So you've got to kind of take that into account. Some beers travel very badly, and some beers are brewed on license very badly. So there you go. All right. So that is the end. Interesting that this is the 23rd. It got pretty much a 2 out of 3 as a score. I don't know why that happened. I'm excited for tomorrow. Tomorrow is day 24. If I were Honest Brew, I would have a robot randomly just jam cans in every other day. Who cares? Even though I'd like them to put, maybe heavier beers on weekends. But on the 24th, I would make sure that there was something, pretty high end in there for the Christmas Eve beer. I don't know what it's going to be. I'm just kind of hoping that's going to be awesome. So I will be back tomorrow at 6 p.m. Because I actually have tomorrow off. Why? Why do I have tomorrow off? To prepare all day for you for this review. Maybe not. Maybe because I've done absolutely no Christmas shopping and I need to spend the day out there in the masked up, probably put some kind of deep sea diving helmet on and just go out into the world and get it all done. There has been a triple IPA, Steve. I should do this review later. I don't want to get too distracted, but I got a quad IPA just today in my Northern Monk Patron Society box. A Quipa? Yeah. I think it's 12.5%. So I might do a review of that one. Okie doke. That is the end. Thank you, all of you, for watching. I really appreciate it. It's so much more fun when there's actual viewers live. Please tell your friends. Do the subscription thing if you haven't already. And a lot you guys have, of course. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here if you hadn't subscribed. But if you're watching after the fact, in the future, maybe after Christmas, and you're thinking, should I get this Honest Brew one in 2021? So far, so good. And thanks for watching. My name's Steve Jaguar. This is Beer Native. Steve out.